Hey guys, I'm Brennan Dorman, the head trainer here at CrossFit ASA. Today what we want to do is give you guys a couple tips for the shoulder press. So I have my friend Taylor here. She's going to help us out today. The first thing she's going to do is unrack the barbell by facing the rig. She'll come up underneath the barbell, put it on her shoulders and clavicles, and then step away from the rig. Before we start the actual movement, what Taylor needs to do is set herself up properly. So you'll notice a couple things. One, she has her feet underneath her with most of her weight on her heels. She's pulled her rib cage down by activating her core, squeezing the midline nice and tight, and then also squeezing her glutes. You'll notice the barbell is resting nicely on the shoulders and clavicles up against her throat, and her elbows are slightly forward the bar. That's exactly what we want before we start. To initiate the movement, what Taylor needs to do is take a nice deep breath in, squeeze everything tight, push the chin back, and then she will begin by pressing the barbell up overhead. As she presses the barbell, you'll notice that her elbows stay forward the bar until lockout. At the lockout position, her arms are fully extended. The barbell will come in a straight line and profile all the way down to her heels, and then to descend, she will push her chin back again, lower the barbell with her elbows forward the bar, and rest again on her shoulders and clavicles. That's the shoulder press. We talked about the shoulder press. Now we're going to flip you guys upside down and talk about something a little bit more difficult, the same overhead pressing movement. It's the handstand push-up. We got Taylor here, she's going to help us out with it. The first thing we got to do is kind of figure out how far away our hands should be from the wall. Depending on how tall the athlete is, some of them will have to be further away. For a shorter athlete, they'll be a little bit closer in. Typically we say about 8 inches to 12 inches depending on the athlete. Taylor's going to kick up. She's going to have her arms fully extended. The only thing that should be touching the wall at this point would be her heels. Her core's nice and tight, and her arms are going to be about shoulder width, a little bit wider. As she goes down, you'll notice that she's going to keep her elbows in front of her body just like she's pressing, and then she will drive straight back up, keeping her elbows forward until she gets to a lockout position. Couple really key things here. Keep the core tight, keep the butt squeezed, and make sure your heels are on the wall at full extension at the top. That's the handstand push-up. Alright, so we've already talked about the shoulder press, and then we flipped you upside down for the handstand push-ups. We're going to come back to the barbell now and talk about 2 other lifts in the press series. The first one's the push press, so I have my friend Faith here. She's going to help us out. She's going to face the rig, and she's going to go ahead and grab the barbell, rack it on the front rack position. The barbell should be up on her shoulders and clavicles. You'll notice that her elbows are forward the bar. Okay? She's in a nice straight line right now, and her feet are directly underneath her in her power stance. To do the push press, our cue is going to be a 2-inch dip, so now she can use her legs. She'll dip down, you'll notice that her torso is vertical, and then she will drive back through, pressing the barbell overhead using both her hips and her arms. Okay? At the top position, you'll notice that her arms are completely locked out, her arms are blocking her ears, and her hips, knees are extended as well. That's a push press. So the last portion of the press series is going to be a push jerk. We just talked about the push press, which allows you to use your legs, but you do not get back underneath the bar at the top position. Now Faith is going to demo a push jerk where you're allowed to get back underneath the bar, re-dip in that final position. So what she'll do is grab the barbell again, make sure it sits in the front rack position. You'll notice again, same exact position we started with the shoulder press and the push press. Barbell's on the shoulders and clavicles, elbows are forward the bar. She's nice and tight in her midsection, her feet are underneath her, okay? It's going to be the same initial 2-inch dip, but now when she dips and drives, she's going to allow her body to get back underneath the barbell to lock her arms out as quickly as possible. So she'll dip, drive, get back underneath the barbell, and then stand to full extension with her arms directly overhead, blocking her ears, hips and knees extended as well. That's the push jerk.